So we'll just take the ken and have whatever your fist gap is apart, we'll just have a gap apart. Now what I'd like you to do is I'd just like you to shake it like this. It won't go dead straight because that feels odd, but slightly over to the side. Now, if you can imagine that you've got a salt pot at the end of your ken and you're shaking salt out, give it a little shake at the end there. So you get this little bounce. Okay, keep doing that. Think of it as literally shaking salt. Don't put your mind here. Think of outwards to the end, right? Because if you think too hard, you're not gonna get the point you need to get. You obviously don't have salt. Right, shake it. Don't have your hands too tight. Just shake it and give it a little. That's better. Yeah, that's much better. That's better. Okay, don't purposely take it over your side like that. Up and. Right. It's a warm-up exercise that I learned. Anybody who's seen any other names out there, American called Juan Nguyen's. He used to do this for 15 minutes before Sunday morning class when I used to go to California. And he would just do this, and this would be his warm-up. And he'd just stand in front of the mirror looking. So what you're trying to do is you're trying to find how to do it and not be tense, how not to be uptight. Okay, so the next thing is it does now come straight over my head, touch the small of my back, and at the end of the cut, it's like the salt again, so it goes over here, comes back, and then just this little shaking of salt. So here, it's very simple. Saito Sensei used to say, the technique is strong, you don't have to be. And then the next thing he'd say is, oh, Sensei's Aikido is very simple, it's you that complicate it. And he used to point to us all. So we think too hard, we're trying to perfect it rather than it's just an act of swinging a wooden sword, and then at the end of it you just think about that salt. So up, down, shake. Up, down, shake. Okay. Check each time, do you end with tension? If so, you shouldn't. If you're ending with tension in your body, you shouldn't. You haven't got one fist apart, your hands. They should. So keep checking, are your hands one fist apart, or have they crept together? If they creep together, just good. We always start off making it sound so easy, and yet then we start piling on, asking you to do things. So What I'm going to get you to do now is I'm going to get you to lift it and float the foot. Lift it, pulling the foot back and float the foot. And then shaking the salt up. Lift it, float the foot, shake it. So the foot arrives at the same time as it hits my back. It rises forward the same time as the salt comes out. This is very difficult. Took me at least 6 years to get this one. I don't want to put you off, mind you, but it is a long art that if we do take it on, it's not a quick fix art. And just remember to shake that little bit of salt out. This was actually designed for ladies. Saito Sensei said the ladies sort of like used to come and just sort of stop. So to help them with their power, he said, shake that salt. And it's like, and so then he got the men to knock in a peg. So in your mind, a man would knock in a peg at the end of the ken. So right at the end of this ken here, you'd think of knocking in a wooden peg into the ground. And that's what the salt does. It goes du-du-du-du, du-du-du-du, du-du-du-du. And look up a little bit. And see, you don't want to look down. Okay. So feel that your hips are sort of pushing that ken, because you're more advanced. This hip pushes that sort of sliding foot. It pushes that sliding foot.